Hey guys, it's been a while since I've last been on YouTube. Was kind of busy, well not busy, kind of distracted because of all this COVID-19 issue. I've had some problems with my business because I opened the business at a particular time. For me, it ended up basically kind of costing me a lot of money just to keep it afloat, and so I don't burn all the money that I've invested. I had a hard time trying to get some loans and this and that. So all the drama aside, last few weeks I've had a whole bunch of friends basically asking me about Bitcoin, and it's all over the news. And I don't know if you go back to my videos, you'll probably see that I made a video about 5 months ago, and I probably made it on my other channel called It's a Conspiracy. In fact, I'll post this one on both channels, Swap Dudes and on It's a Conspiracy, so that way both my subscribers can see it. 5 months ago I said that, look, I've noticed something that hasn't happened in a few years, right? So in 2017 I realized the news, the media outlets, I'm talking about YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and even mainstream media and newspapers, right, were all talking about Bitcoin and how Bitcoin pumped just after all this news came in. The problem is a lot of people have this psychology, sentiment, right? So we are emotional people, and a lot of people, they get very emotional at that time, and they have the fear of missing out, which is known as FOMO, and they jump in when they hear the news. They jump in, and I warn against that. So 5 months ago I made a video and I said to everybody, I said, guys, I can see that news starting up again. So it died off just after the all the fear of missing out. Everyone jumps in, Bitcoin goes up to $20,000, and then the market kind of does a retracement. On the retracement, a lot of people got burnt, right? So a lot of people got burnt. After they got burnt, Bitcoin news just died out, because obviously you've got the big whales out there who are taking their profits out and they move off, right? So they don't decide to get in, they go into other assets, whatnot. Currently the news is pumped, right? So you got a lot of news coming up, a lot of YouTube channels busting it out. I mean, put it this way, I was forced to make this video, all right, just because of all of this. But just hold on with me, right? I'm not here to pump Bitcoin. I'm here to tell you what's going on and be real, okay? Right now, Bitcoin is trading at around $16,000, right? So yesterday we had the high of 16,500, and about a week ago, I had a piece of paper I wrote down a few weeks back, and I told all of my friends, close friends, who actually like colleagues and friends who work with me, I said to them, I said, look, I can see Bitcoin going to the 15,200 mark, and it did go to 15,200 mark. Then I said the next step would be 16,200. Now, look, I'm driving. I'm not set up to show you my technical analysis. Maybe if I've got more subscribers and I've got a lot more time in my hand, I will definitely sit down and definitely, show you some of these analysis. But right now, for me, the best I could do, the only time I've got is literally when I'm driving from one location to another, and that means going from one work to another. I work hard, and that's what I got to do. So just stay with me, right? So what we've got here is a situation where Bitcoin, it pumped up. Now, at that time, I warned everybody. I said, guys, if we don't hit the 16,200 mark, which is a good positive, like a bullish trend, right? So I'm very bullish on it. However, I'm not gonna be one of those, and I've made another video regarding this, and I've said, how a smart investor invests and a dumb investor. And I'm not sure how long ago I made that video, but there is a video out there called Smart Investor versus Dumb Investor. And what you gotta understand is, as soon as the Bitcoin news pumped and everything pumped, right? People, you got the big whales coming up there and pumping it even more, like MicroStrategy coming in and putting in $425 million. So that they publicly bought $425 million. Then you've got Cash App coming in buying another $50 million worth, right? So you got these big mega purchases that were announced, and God knows how many more that were not announced, right? So I'm doing technical analysis, and unfortunately, there are some places, really good places, where you can see all the data, the total market data. But if you're on an exchange, a lot of people don't understand that the only data you're seeing is for that exchange, right? So just, you got to really go through all of the exchanges to understand. Luckily for me, I'm pretty much on all of the most popular exchanges, right? The top 10, I'm there. And so I sometimes just quickly browse through all of them just to see the volume. And, I notice volumes and I notice what's going on. And, I do regional volumes as well. For example, I look at USA volume, I look at Japan volume, I look at Korea volume, or I can just say basically Pan-Asia, right? And so on and so forth. So that's what I do. And once I'm doing all of those things, I notice particular things and I notice certain trends. One thing I noticed the most was, now that Bitcoin's gone to that 16,500 mark, you've got so many transactions, so many trades and orders on the book for people to buy. And the thing I see is, these are people who are buying $1,000, $200, $500, right, worth of Bitcoin. And I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, OMG, right? What I'm saying is, I can see so many small hands come in because they've got fear of missing out. Clearly, these are fear of missing out, right? Don't go in. When the market is trending like that, and if you've missed the boat, if you did not buy at the bottom of the candle, don't buy at the top, right? So regardless what happens, what I did was I told everybody. So I had a small trade, a very small one I played, and it was only with about £10,000. I decided to pull out, and I pulled out when the market, when we had a little bit of a spike, and then we saw 15,200. I waited, and my exit mark was $14,500. So I literally exited at $14,500. I kept my profits, I kept everything, and I'm very happy, right? I had almost, I have to be honest, I doubled and more than doubled my money anyway. So I'm happy with that, right? So that was one of the things. Since then, I've been just waiting. I'm just sitting on exchanges. I'm just waiting with all my money ready to buy, because I know there's going to be a pullback. But what people don't understand is, when the price is so high, you shouldn't be entering, regardless how much money you got. But what I feel sorry for is, every transaction that I've seen, these are very small. There's only a handful who are buying one or two or selling one or two Bitcoins, right? It's actually, sorry, my bad. The people who are selling were selling more. The people who are buying were buying very small amounts. But just by looking at those small amounts, you can see the mass volume of people. So it's not the volume of how much we're buying per day, because per day volume was very small. And I've been monitoring it every single day. So the volume of people buying monetary value coming in is pretty small, right? We were having like 23, 24 billion, 30 billion on a day, right? And it's been getting smaller and smaller from the numbers that I've been seeing. However, the volume of people coming in, when you look at that, it is mind-boggling. Like, so many people coming in because they're afraid they're going to be missing out. They're afraid they're going to be missing out the thing. Guys, don't do it, because exactly at that time, when you're going to go onto the market top, right, market will shake you off, right? And the way the market will shake you off is going to be unbelievable. You are going to be burnt out. Your money's going to be bleeding, right? The market's going to come into a red. I know there's going to be a retracement coming in, and I'm predicting anything from 20 to 25%, maybe some technical analysis, they're saying anything up to 45%. I'm a bit more conservative. I say, do you know what? I don't think we're going to have a 45%, because we are definitely in a bull market, right? But I do expect a 20% at least. So currently on exchanges, I've got my dollars, I've got everything, I've got my pounds on, and I've got a buy order. All my buy orders are 20% below what the market rate is today. So I've done that, and I said 9,600, maybe even 10,000 pounds. I'm happy, right? So I'm talking in pounds. Sorry, unfortunately, dollar-wise, I don't really, my head doesn't really work on dollars too much. But I do trade in dollars. But when it comes to, so what I've done is, I've said like 10,000 pounds, which is about $13,000. Sorry, yeah, that's it, $13,000. Worst case, it goes down. I have another trade set up for around $10,000, $12,000. So these are the kind of trades that I'm looking at buying in again, because I don't think it's going to be more than 20, 25%. Worst case scenario, 30%, and I'm happy. I'm ready for the 30% as well. These are the moments you should be waiting for with your cash. So right now, you shouldn't be buying. You should be waiting on the sidelines with your cash, ready to buy when that opportunity comes. Guys, remember, you never ever buy on top of a candle, right? It's the worst time to buy. Even if you're a day trader, you always buy the bottom of the candle and you sell on the top. Simple as that, right? You don't ever go and buy on the top. Don't worry. Bitcoin is, let me give you a good prediction. Within the next few months, 6 months to a year, right? I'm going to give you a long term, right? 6 months to a year. Do I predict Bitcoin's going to hit the 20,000 mark? guess what? I predict it's going to hit a lot more than that. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we go way past the 20,000 and go into the 30,000 mark, right? So around that 30, 40,000 thing, I wouldn't be surprised. But now's not the time to buy, right? Because we do have a true retracement. It's inevitable. It's coming. Problem is, there is no expert in the field that can tell you exactly when the retracement is coming. So you have to understand, it's very important. The retracement is coming, right? Find your niche, find your comfortable position, make your profit, get out. If you can, get out. Don't burn your money. Just wait for that the retracement to come. It will start. You will see a 10% retracement. I mean, today we had a 2.5% retracement, which is nothing, right? But that's just the tip of the iceberg. We can see anything up to 20%, 25% in my opinion, but others say anything up to 45%. You know, for me, I'm going to be in the middle position because I'm happy to enter back in at 20%. I've made my profit. If I re-enter at the 20% mark, I'm still making profit. I'm still making a little bit more Bitcoin than I did, right? You know, I know the market will only go one direction. You see, another thing the market has is patterns, right? Waves. A lot of people don't understand. So, you know, you have your 1, 2, 3 point waves, you have your ABC waves, you know, and I think we've had our ABC wave where basically we were at a point to high, went down a little bit, went up again, went down. So we're already on the, you know, we hit the bottom a few months back. Right now, we're basically on a wave. You know, we've had the wave 1, which went up, and then it went down again. Market retraced, and then the market decided to go and retest the previous high, right? And the previous high, remember, was $20,000, right? I mean, I think that's like what, £16,000, £15,000, something like that. But that's where we're going to be heading. But not now, guys. It's too high. Don't buy. Right, so I'm just telling you this as a brother. I want you guys to hold on to your funds, right? Be ready for the next one, because when you're on the next one, we're gonna ride it, all right? Because there's a time, and you got to ride that time. You can't just jump in when the market's going high. Don't ever worry that Bitcoin is gonna leave you behind. Let me tell you something that I've always said many times. I've said it on another video as well. It's probably on my playlist somewhere. 1 Bitcoin is worth 1 Bitcoin, and 1 Bitcoin is never going to leave you, regardless when you buy a Bitcoin. You could buy a Bitcoin when it's $100,000, right? You know, you won't buy a whole Bitcoin, but you probably buy some Satoshis. I'll tell you this here, even your Satoshi is going to be worth a lot more over time, right? And it's mathematically proven that this is exactly where it's going to go. It's a mathematical algorithm, it's a protocol, right? That protocol is designed to do that. So for you, you have to understand that ultimately, you can invest money into Bitcoin at any time, but don't do it just for the gain. Just do it to try and accumulate as many Bitcoin as you can. That's my strategy anyway. So for me, I'm not, you know, when I'm saying I'm selling Bitcoin, I'm not selling. I'm just exiting my trades, right? But I'm holding on to my Bitcoins. I want to, you know, grow my portfolio on Bitcoins. I want more Bitcoin. That's all I'm doing. I'm accumulating as many Bitcoin as I can. So, you know, I didn't sell my Bitcoin to the public or anything like that. I don't do that. Well, I do sometimes when somebody needs a Bitcoin or something, they go through me because they might get it for a little bit cheaper than what the market is or something. But ultimately, I don't need cash. I don't need to take my Bitcoin out, and I don't do that. So when I'm taking my money out, I'm literally sitting there to go back into my trades. There are dollars, right? I have made profits and I have converted it into dollars, mostly USDT or USDT, right? The Tether, I'm not so happy, so I think I'm going to get out of Tether now. I'm just going to go into USDC and see how things play out that way. So any stable coin, basically, I've got some in DAI as well. So anything that's stable, just put it into there. Just wait. Doesn't matter. A few pennies drop here and there, but ultimately, you're always going to make your target should be to always accumulate more Bitcoin. All right. So what I'm saying is, if someone's bought it when it was like, you know, $12,000, and you bought £100 worth, and you made like, I don't know, you made about 10%, 20%, even 30% profit on it, right? In my opinion, take the profit, take it in, you know, convert it to pounds or dollars or whatever you want to do, right? And just wait on the sideline, because when Bitcoin comes back to that same level again, you can use the same profits to accumulate a little bit more Bitcoin, right? It doesn't matter. The Satoshis matter, all right? Every Satoshi is worth a lot, right? So, you know, there was a time when I didn't care about Satoshis, and I'll tell you this is funny, right? There was a time when I had a wallet and I had some Satoshis in there, and I literally deleted it. I lost the passphrase, I lost everything. I didn't care because it was just Satoshis. But I'll tell you this, yeah, look, being a little bit more experienced, understanding a lot more, doing more research, and it's taken me 4.5 years to come to this level, right? Now I value every Satoshi as I value every single Bitcoin. I know that there's going to be a time when I can't afford a Bitcoin, right? I know that time is coming very soon. So for me right now, yeah, forget the Bitcoin, I'm on the Satoshi, right? I want every single Satoshi I can get. I mean, heck, there was a point where I was working on these faucets, right? So I used to play little games and everything, and I used to get rewarded in Satoshis. I never took account for it. I deleted the apps, I deleted everything, I didn't give a damn about it. Now I'm thinking, damn, why didn't I keep the Satoshi? Because every single Satoshi counts. Right. Recently, I'll give you a good example. I did a bit of an arbitrage trade, right? So I bought some Bitcoin on a particular exchange. I'm not going to name who. I think if I do, then they will definitely change the algorithm. So I went there. I bought a few Bitcoin, and 5-10 minutes later, I was just I wasn't even gonna trade or sell or do anything. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like thinking, okay, let me go and look at the prices. Let me go and look at the charts to see what the volumes are on which exchange, right? Because for me, that gives me a rough idea of where the market's gonna go. Because you can see the volume. When you see, thousands of people trading, when you see thousands of Bitcoin being traded, that's a good market, right? It's a good exchange. So that's what I look at a lot of the time. It's just one of my little strategies. So I move up to another exchange and I realize that in that exchange, the price was a lot higher. So I said, okay, price is high. There could be anything. There could be a little bit of delay. So then I said, okay, let me see if I wanted to buy a Bitcoin, how much it would be. And I noticed if I wanted to buy, then it was this price. Then I said, okay, if I want to sell a Bitcoin, how much would it be, right? And I've got Bitcoins on that exchange. So literally, I didn't move anything, right? So what I did was I bought it one place and I saw it in another place. And I thought, okay, what if I create an exchange? So what I did was I created a transfer from one exchange to another, right? Because I'm not really happy of leaving it in on a small exchange where there's not any volume. Because worst thing you can do by doing that is create an order to sell and no one's there to buy, right? So I'm not interested. So I moved it over, and while I was moving over, I decided to sell one of the coins inside the exchange. And just in between the transfer coming over, like within 5 minutes, right, I ended up making almost £200, and £200 in Satoshis. And I was amazed. I was like, okay, I think I could do this. So I tested it again, and I just did a random test, right? I didn't even buy anything. I just went in there, and I just kind of, was kind of just skimming the price to see what's going on. And I realized that I could literally do this every single day. I could buy on one exchange and sell on the other and make a £200 worth of Satoshi. Remember, Satoshi, I'm not talking about Bitcoin, because one Bitcoin is one Bitcoin, right? I ain't got the money to buy one Bitcoin because all my money's sitting on an exchange right now, right? I ain't got loose change to buy it. So I was making £200 Satoshi. Do you know what? If I make 5 times, if I do this trade 5 times, I've made £1,000 in Satoshis. Satoshis, do you understand that, right? Because you got to understand, 100 million Satoshi makes one Bitcoin. I could do this all day long. I could do £200 every single day. In fact, I could sit down in one day and make £1,000, £2,000. Obviously, I don't want to overdo it because I don't want to burn the exchange, right? But that's beautiful, So there are things out there that you can do. You can make money, just move money. It's just unbelievable. Look, Bitcoin is going to make you very wealthy. Right? And my advice to everybody is you accumulate as many Bitcoin as you can, or if you got the money, buy one and just hold it, just stash it somewhere, right? Trust me, it's going to be worth a lot, right? My Bitcoin prediction for the future by 2025, by 2030, right? Let me give you 2 marks, right? I think by 2025 year, Bitcoin will definitely be in the region of $100,000, right? Or 70,000 or 80,000 pounds. And there's loads of other things I'm going to talk about in another video why I say this. By 2030, I think we're going to hit the $250,000, so $250,000 mark. Definitely easy. Some people say we're going to hit $1 million, $2 million. I think, that's a little bit too optimistic. Honestly, I don't think we're going to get there. Maybe in the next 50 years, if Bitcoin continues doing what it's doing, if more money's pumped in, we will get there. The reason I say this is, just right now, I'm going to say it before I go into the other video, is you got to look at the total market cap. Yes, Bitcoin is only worth 300 billion today, right? So today's price is 300 billion, right? But the total market is 465, 470 billion. In 2017, the total market was 800 billion. We're only halfway there, bros. So for me, I don't think that number hits there. We have to hit a few trillion before we hit 100,000 Bitcoin. And I don't think we're going to hit a few trillion just yet, right? So I'm just being a little bit optimistic, pessimistic here. But the ultimate thing is I'm very bullish. I'm all for Bitcoin, but I'm a lot more conservative in the sense of pricing. I don't think we're just going to jump up because a lot of people say a lot of things about money facts and this and that, and I'm going to bring it all up on the next video. But for now, I want you to be warned. Don't jump in. Don't FOMO in. It's not worth it. Sit on the sideline, keep your money safe, use it for whatever, or like me, keep it on the exchanges that you trust, obviously, if you trust them, but keep it there and just wait. Also, oh, by the way, just want to give you a little bit of a side note, right? When I'm talking about keeping money on the exchange, I'm not leaving my British pounds there, right? That's the worst thing you could do. Leave your British pounds there, right? When you leave your British pounds there, it's got a bit of an issue. So what I do is, some of the trades that I do, I just leave it in a crypto dollar, right? So it's pegged to the dollar itself, right? So I'm talking about USDC, USDT, which I'm going to get out of soon, but USDC and DAI, right? So I leave it in DAI. And I also make sure that basically, worst case scenario, if I have to move it from one exchange to another, I can move it, right? So I'm not talking about some fake exchange here where you can't move your assets, right? So I'm talking about some proper stuff where you move your assets over from one exchange to another, go and trade it where you want, right? That's what I do. And a lot of the time, I look for bargains and discounts. I'll give you a good example today. So I was looking at one of the exchanges, and I know that today the USDC was playing around 76, 77 pence, per dollar, right? So I could spend 76 or 77 pence to buy $1. But on one exchange, I found it for 75p. And I'm thinking, damn, I'm going to buy a whole lot more dollars. So when you do the maths, and if you buy thousands of that, you can end up buying a lot more. So that's what I did. So I bought a whole bunch of dollars, and I moved it straight away. To move it, it cost me 25 cents. 25 cents, right? So when you do the maths, it cost me a few pennies to move it. It's not even pounds or this and that. So I didn't really lose. I made money by just doing that. I put it into another exchange. As soon as I put it into another exchange, the exchange didn't really care what price I bought it. It showed me its own value. I bought 10,000's worth, and that 10,000's now is showing me as almost 10,400 pounds worth, right? So if you do the maths here, you can see, because that exchange had a 2 pence difference, and I didn't pay that difference. I made 2 pence per coin, So there is things out there that you can do. You just gotta be smart, look at it, and as a smart investor, don't jump into trades, right? Always wait on the sidelines, because it's far more worth you just watching and observing than jumping in sometimes. And you can see the patterns, right? And it's, always remember, buy at the bottom of a candlestick, never buy on the top. Anyway, listen guys, I'm at work now. It's bloody raining, even traffic. I've got to make a few phone calls, and I've also got to make another video for the other channel. So I will catch you guys soon. I hope you guys take my advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a Bitcoin maximalist. Other than that, nothing else. I love my Bitcoin, and I want you all to love your Bitcoin. And I don't want to see you lose any money or any Bitcoin. I want to see you guys understand, and grow. So there's no advice here. There's no, I'm not giving you any of those things. That's the legal part here. But ultimately, just be careful what you do. Save your money, save your Bitcoin, and grow your wealth and make more Bitcoin, right? That's the whole idea. The whole motto of this video, or any video I'm going to make related to Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, is all about making money, right? Make the money, keep the money. That's what you need. You don't want to be giving it up to whales and this and that. Remember, if a person comes in and can buy millions of dollars of Bitcoin or pounds worth of Bitcoin, they can afford to also lose that, right? You and I can't, right? We're the small fish. So just be careful, stay safe, don't lose anything. Take care, guys.